Welcome to Yoga with Ursula and how to loosen tight psoas muscles. You're going to need a few things here like 2 blocks, maybe a rolled up yoga mat or a foam roller or a really tight rolled up blanket and a bolster or a big body pillow. So we're going to first sit here either on our knees or starting with 1 block in between your ankles. Perhaps it's 2 blocks. You can also take some older, bigger books if you have. Anything to elevate here so you can sit for a little while. And this is kind of like an easier way to start stretching your psoas. Your psoas runs from your inner knee all the way the inner thigh to your hip flexors, those hip bones. So why do they get tight? A lot of sitting, and we do that, right? We drive cars, we sit in the office, we sit watch TV, we sit around. They get tight and therefore pull under your hips and cause problems with low back pain. Your hamstrings get tight. It's just not a good thing to have tight psoas muscles. So we have to stretch them on a regular basis, and I'm going to show you a few exercises. You can do them all or pick 1 or 2, but if you have that problem, you want to make sure that you do those exercises every single day, and you will feel within a month a difference. Your posture will improve, and you also, when you sleep and you lay on your side and the way the legs are stacked, that also causes the tightness in your psoas muscles. So I removed 1 block and went lower. So this is something obviously you have to do over time, and then eventually I'm showing this here from the side. You can also make 1 block horizontal. And notice how lovely your posture is. You can read like this, you can watch TV like this, whatever you do, meditate, take a couple deep breaths like this, anything to sit as long as possible in this position. Or even better, get into the habit to sit on your knees or in between your knees like I'm doing. So this next one is either a bolster or a body pillow or several pillows on top of each other. You're sitting in front and lean your lower back on it, and then coming all the way back, and perhaps you want to grab a yoga block or another little pillow behind your head. This is a bit more advanced, so picking the moves, you first have to get used to it, and over time that might be super comfortable for you. And you can also take 2 bolsters or more pillows to be a little bit higher up, no problem there. And just letting your breath flow. This is also super relaxing. So it has multiple purposes, not just stretching your hip flexor here, your psoas muscles, loosening them up, but also makes you relax. Your heart rate goes down. So this practice you can do standing alone any time of the day you want to, or you can add that after a yoga practice. If you have a couple extra minutes and want to really focus on stretching loosening up the tight psoas muscles. So again, you can stay here as long as you feel like it. But for video demonstration purposes, I'm cutting that shorter. So now next, we're going to use here that rolled up yoga mat. Again, you can use a tight blanket or even a foam roller. I like the idea about a yoga mat because it's not as hard. It gives a little. So bring your knees into the chest and then start lengthening 1 leg at a time. Do it slow until the heel touches the floor or the mat. You can also do what I'm doing right now in your bed. You don't have to lay on the floor. And you will start stretching from the hip flexor all the way down. And the more you're pulling the opposite knee towards the chest or the outer chest, the more you intensify that stretch. Breathing deep. And you want to be at least 30 seconds, at least, in any of those poses in order to really feel loosening up the tight psoas muscles. Can come here into a single happy baby pose. Stretching here also part of the groin. This is a great practice to do at night before you go to bed. Just letting here your breath flow in and out of your nose. You can also straighten that leg. Those are just suggestions. It's predominantly about the leg, what lengthens out to the mat. And then you're sliding your heel in, set the foot flat, and then bring that leg into your chest as well. And then slowly doing that same with the other leg. See how I'm slowly stretching and straightening it. I do not have tight psoas, so for me it's easy. So you might take a little bit until you are in that stretch, in that pose. That's why the yoga mat is ideal, because it gives. Again here, maybe the happy baby pose on the single side here. That's just a great way to calm down and relax a little bit, letting your breath flow and just using those 8-9 minutes of this practice to also calm down. And then both legs lengthening out, and you're going to tilt automatically your pelvis a little more forward, and you can stay here as long as you want to. You can bring your arms overhead or lay them alongside your body. When I do stuff like that, I listen like to podcasts or music, or just be quiet and relax. So we're going to come up here, and once you master this without any strain, you want to do that same thing with one block. So now the block is hard. The block will not give like the yoga mat did. So it's a little different. It's a bit deeper of the stretch. So work your way up to this. And again, you want to stay at least 30 seconds, better is a minute or even 2 on one side. I don't want to make that video too long, but you understand what I mean. So you're picking one of the poses, start with one of them, and do it as long as you can handle. And over time, your psoas muscles will loosen up. So now same thing, the hips really move forward. This is a very deep stretch. Stay here as long as you feel comfortable, breathing really deep, letting your chest relax, your shoulders relax. And of course, you can bring your arms alongside the body. I'm going to get off that block and come up. And then one of the last exercises is just sitting on the edge of the block, laying one leg in front of the other. And of course, you can stay here for a while and switch the legs up. So that's pretty much it what I have for you today. Share my channel, my videos on your social media, subscribe, and I see you soon. Thanks for watching.